now, and tax day, it's right around the corner on April 15th. If you haven't requested an extension yet, that clock is ticking for you to get your return in on time. Joining me in studio this afternoon is United Way's Chief Impact and Equity Officer, Larry Warner. Larry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And listen, people are going to have a lot of questions about this, particularly in these strapped financial times that we find ourselves in right now. Tell us a little bit about your program.
Sure. So the Voluntary Income Tax Program, Voluntary Tax Assistance Program, or VITA, is a free tax preparation service that's offered by the IRS in partnership with United Way of Rhode Island locally and delivered by IRS-trained volunteers who are volunteering with community-based organizations around the state. There's about 25 sites statewide, from Woonsocket to Westerly, Newport to Central Falls, and everywhere in between, and even at United Way's office in Olneyville. And we do roughly 20,000 federal and state tax returns in general. Through the end of March, we have had a little over 16,000 returns completed, representing over $16 million in federal and state tax refunds.
So a lot of people seeking out these free.
Yes.
We love free services, and that really makes a difference when we're looking at people trying to get back money and save money in a time when we're talking about rising prices. Tell us a little bit about how you guys process this information and the unique benefits of having it done by trained officers in your program.
Sure. So the VITA program is intended to support primarily low and moderate income Rhode Islanders, generally earning $67,000 a year or less, as well as older adults, people who speak a language other than English as their primary language, or people with disabilities. And our hope is to help them get every dollar that they have due to them and any tax credits that they're eligible for made available to them. And IRS-trained volunteers to help to take in the taxpayer, understand their tax profile, their household composition, and then using that information will prepare their federal and state tax return.
How do we make the process easy, simple? What do people need to do ahead of time to prepare to make it beneficial for both parties and time efficient as well?
Sure. As tax documents start coming in, usually in late January, it's helpful to organize those, whether they're W-2s from employers or 1099s from retirement accounts, or income statements from banks, or if you have a child in college, those forms that you might get for tuition expenses. Have those organized and then bring them along with your driver's license or a picture ID, social security card to the VITA site, and then the volunteers at the site will help you to get situated. If you don't know if you qualify or how to find the VITA site closest to you, you can call 211. You can also go on the IRS website if you're tech savvy and want to search by zip code for our IRS site near you, but the easiest way for folks to contact a VITA site is through 211.
All right, we've got your website scrolling up so folks at home can see it right now. We have just a few seconds left. I want to talk about the deadlines. The deadlines for filing taxes, most people know, is April 15th. What if we're not able to make it in time?
You can file for an extension. It doesn't absolve you of paying any penalties if you owe money to the IRS or to the state, but at least it creates a placeholder for you to prepare your taxes in the months that follow. But best thing is to reach out through 211 or through the IRS website to connect with the VITA site, and then we can work with you to determine your circumstance and get you assistance.
And I know I said that's the last question. I have one more for you,
Sure.
though. This can potentially save people quite a bit of money, because these are some of the same financial advisors, I would presume, that are trained to file taxes that could be $80 a page. Do you know about how much you're saving Rhode Islanders?
We estimate that taxpayers would pay $200 to $300 for their tax return. So at the volume, we're talking about upwards of $4 to $6 million of out-of-pocket expenses that we're saving Rhode Islanders, on top of the dollars that are being returned to the Rhode Island economy. So the net impact to the economy is tremendous, and we're helping people who could use the money in their pockets right now.
And I'm sure that everybody could use a little bit of extra pad in their pocket. Larry, thank you so much for joining us.